She's not just the hot one in S Club 7, she's the one with the critically acclaimed pop albums. Today, we're talking about Rachel Stevens' second album, Come and Get It.
We have reached over 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you all so much for joining the CCTV crew. And if you're on a podcast platform, please make sure to give us that rating and follow and share that episode with your fellow Rachel Stevens fans, because it really helps us grow and get into the algorithm. And of course, we have to give a very special shout out to our Patreon crew members, Emily, George, Lily, Julianne, Jonathan, Jasmine, Janelle, Darius, Ren, Hillary, TKO861, and Joelino. And you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/cctvpops and help us choose episode topics and just talk about pop music with us.
That's right, because this episode was actually chosen by one of our Patreons, George.
Hey.
So if you would like to have that access, once again, go to our Patreon. All right, so this is, I guess, our first foray into like an album by any S Club member or S Club 7 as a whole. We do have an S Club Pop 101 series, but we didn't actually go in super depth. And we also do have an S Club versus Steps episode with Can't Stop the Pop, which was really fun for us. But again, this is our like track by track review. And we do want to let you all know that although we do have these extensive episodes, this is our first time listening to Rachel's solo material. As we mentioned, George, our Patreon, did suggest this to us. So it was our first time actually listening it like separately together. This is our first time ever. So if you are a Rachel Stevens fan and you're like, oh, but it's not like this other song, we wouldn't know. This is the first time I was hearing her stuff.
Yeah, I knew her singles, but not that well. But yeah, this is definitely my first time delving into any album tracks. So let's find out if we like them or not. We'll see. So Come and Get It is Rachel Stevens' second studio album, and it was released in October 2005, peaking at number 28 on the UK albums chart. And though its commercial performance was only okay, the album received widespread critical praise and is widely regarded as one of the best pop albums of the mid-2000s, with contributions from huge producers and songwriters like Xenomania, Richard X, and Jules and Stone.
That's right. And now we will go track by track to discuss the production, vocals, and lyrics and give our ratings for each song. Viewer discretion is advised. Your fave will be criticized.
So first, let's discuss the album cover, which was shot by Ellen von Unworth, who's known for her glamorous, feminine, and slightly surreal aesthetic. And she has shot other iconic album covers like Britney's Blackout and Rihanna's Rated R and Talk That Talk. So what do you think of this cover?
You know, I'm not sure what I'm coming to get. She looks great on it.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman, but what am I coming to get? Other than face, like we're getting face. It's very minimal. I'm not sure what the goal was. I'm not sure what the goal
Yeah, because
was.
she doesn't have much of an expression on her face. So maybe it's if you want to learn more about me, you got to come and get it.
Yeah, like, oh, come see, look inside or something, you know?
Because it's definitely a bit plain. I guess you use the word minimal, which is a
Minimal,
nicer
yeah.
word.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, not the most impactful cover shots.
Unsuspecting, because I think it doesn't really convey what's inside of the package.
Not at all. It's such a glittery album. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if I love this.
No.
But let's get into the songs. So, track 1 is So Good. And this was done by Pascal Gabriel and Hannah Robinson, and it was released in July 2005 as the second single from the album, peaking at number 10 on the UK singles chart. And the song was one of the first tracks recorded for the album and played a pivotal role in defining the sound of the album.
Pivotal is such a strong word, I think, but this is how you open up a pop album with synths sharper than Rachel's cheekbones and a hook that sparkles. I think So Good is Rachel in full confidence mode. It's unbothered. And it's probably walking away in slow motion, like it's very like whatever's exploding behind her, whatever disco party she's leaving confidently and you're watching her leave. Vocally, she doesn't really belt. Rachel kind of purrs and she glides and sighs a bit more than I think what I was expecting. It is a cool girl pop kind of song. Like it has like a detached charisma, like that Charlie XCX or even Dua Lipa have moments of in their music. I think Dua Lipa mostly maybe like if you think about how she kind of like talk sings sometimes, this kind of has that vibe. Um, the whole like I made it on my own again and I'll get back on my feet again. The lyrics are the classic empowerment after a mess kind of material,
Mhm.
but again, it's delivered with that cool cat kind of tone.
Mm.
We're gonna talk about the video later, but I think the whole essence of the song is cool, icy, sparkle, you know? So I like it.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's not just so good. It's a little, I want to say like it's ahead of its time, but it's definitely something that would have been played up maybe by like a Kylie or like an earlier Girls Aloud. So we both like both those artists. So this song kind of like feels like something.
A little. I think there are other songs on this album that are
Yes.
more so than.
Yes.
But yeah, so I do want to shout out our patron George, who did
Mhm.
request this episode. He does think "So Good" should have been the first single from the album, since
Mm,
it's kind of an obvious standout on the whole project, and there might
yeah.
have been a bit more momentum going into this album because we'll talk about the first single later. We're not
Dang.
sure if that was the right
Oh,
choice, right?
no. Yeah.
Uh, so yes, I really like this one. I love
Mhm.
that wiry, repetitive synth, and yeah, I think the cold and kind of like I'm gonna use this word a lot. I feel like the kind of
Yeah.
siren-y kind of
Oh, yeah.
background vocals
Yeah.
in
Mhm.
there because I feel like that there's this whole kind of you can say wood nymph, you can say siren, just this kind of ethereal
You
sea
Yeah.
or forest creature that she
It's
just
amazing.
embodies really well.
Yeah, yeah.
And the song gets so, and I used the word glittery before too. Like this has a very glittery chorus, and there's such a good
Mhm.
energy to it all as well. And then there's actually a funkiness that kind of comes in too in the second verse with all the kind of zipping synths and stuff. And yeah, I think, yeah, let's talk about Rachel's voice now more
Yes.
so.
Okay,
She does
definitely.
have a very pure voice. It's very, very commercial pop.
Yeah.
It's not very emotional. It's kind of cold and kind of monotone for the most part, you know.
Yes.
Uh, and for this song, while the lyrics are about kind of self assurance
Yeah.
and not really being bitter about anything, just knowing that, you're going to feel great.
Right, at the end of
But
everything.
then she's singing it very cold. So then I
Yeah.
guess it makes it less cheesy in that way. Like it just feels
Oh,
confident.
yeah. Oh,
Because I
wow,
feel
so
like
it
if you
kinda
sang
is.
it with a smile and it got this more
Yeah.
bubbly kind of thing, it would be a bit cheesy, actually, if you just read
Oh,
the
wow.
lyrics.
Yeah. Okay, it works out for her and her and
Yeah,
because of
so
the
I
tone.
think for in
Yeah.
this case, I think it works. I think in other cases, there are some where I'm like, okay, you could push a little bit more in the
Right.
emotion side of things. But I think for this, it totally works.
Mhm.
Um, and speaking of that, I do wish there were some ad libs at the end, but she's just not that kind of vocalist. So I've just accepted that right at this
Right,
point. But
right.
this is a fun one to dance around to. I do think it's a highlight from this album. I don't think it's the best, but I get
Yeah,
why it'd be a good. I agree with George in that it could be a good lead single.
for sure, but I have
But
other
yeah,
ones I like. Ah, me too.
yeah, yeah. So let's get into the video then. What do you
Yes.
think?
The video You know, there is something amazing about having people wear boleros and shirts and just moving their arms. So I remember watching the video and I was like, "Who was the dancer in S Club? Oh, yeah, it was Tina, it was Tina, it was Tina." Um, I appreciate the minimal kind of approach to the choreography with the armography. It's very simple in terms of set. Like, you're just in front of this giant lit up back wall. It's nothing like, wow, oh my gosh, amazing, but she looks good. I don't see a lot of confidence just yet. I do feel like she's like a sexy robot though. It's giving sexy robot, sexy disco robot. So if that was the direction, she played that really well. But yeah, I was just like, ooh, I wonder if we're gonna get more scenes. We didn't really get a lot,
No, this
you
was
know.
definitely it felt a little low budget, I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
I
honest.
did.
Uh, I also just said sexy robot.
Oh, you did?
Like, if that's what she's going for,
Yeah,
then
it works.
sure.
Yeah.
I think the 4 boys behind her, they got some good pictures and formations in
Oh,
there with the
yeah.
dance routine.
Yeah.
And then when you watch it live, there are some fun moments in the routine, like when they all pick her up and hold her upside down on the bridge.
Yes, there's a
Uh,
moment. There's a
yeah,
moment.
and all the armography, I'm not mad at it. Like,
Mhm.
this song, I think because her delivery is so kind of cold, I think it
Yeah.
kinda works that it's not a super energetic moment.
Yes, true. Because I think Everything about this is I'm doing the dance from
Yeah,
the
so good
so
with the
good, so
beckoning.
good. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how about so good, so good. But yeah, I think that the
You
dance
remember it.
yeah, I do remember because it's just But yes, I think overall it does what it needs to do, but it was one of those things where I'm like, "Oh, she has better on this album,"
She
and I
does.
know now. But not a bad
Yes.
start, not a bad start.
Not at all. So
Yeah,
what do you rate it?
I gave it an 8.
Okay, I will go
Yes.
8.5.
Ooh. Okay. Up next is I Said Never Again, but here we are. And this was done by Robert Davis and Julian Gingle and Barry Stone, aka Jules N. Stone. And this is the third single from the album released on October 2005, peaking at number 12 in the UK. And there was a music video that was filmed on the set of the British television series Bad Girls. So there's a video with
Mhm.
this one as well. We'll talk about it a little bit later. But how do we feel about this song?
The guitars in this are fun. Like, I
Mhm.
kinda like the kinda glam punk
Mhm.
influence that's in there,
Mhm.
and it has a great it's one of those songs that you can really strut down the sidewalk to.
Oh, okay, we're
It
walking
has
again.
that kind of vibe,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It has that kinda sassiness and confidence to it.
Mhm, mhm.
And yeah, the lyrics are kinda cheeky, about kinda giving into temptation
Oh, yeah.
and just embracing that decision, even though you probably know it's a bad idea. Like, I'm not mad at that as a
Yeah.
concept. That's kind of fun.
Yes.
You said Girls Loud earlier. I hear Girls Loud in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially that bridge. Like, I was like, oh, Sarah would eat this,
Oh my god,
And that's my
Sarah!
favorite part too. I think the bridge is great.
Yes.
And in this case, Rachel does give a little bit more in terms of kind of the sass with her vocal
Mhm.
delivery here. So yeah, I
Yeah.
like this one. I think this is one of the better singles off this album.
Oh,
Yeah.
valid, super valid. I feel like this one I also have something about strutting or walking, but,
Yeah.
this track struts wearing it's a leather and eyeliner, so it has a little bit more of an edge. It's like her little rock pop moment, but not super rock pop, but it's kinda just like, "I'm a rock star, I'm gonna just serve sass instead of just heartbreak." "I let you in my back door" is always a fun line. I know what it means. I know what it means. But when I think about, like, a person's audience or, like, the people that listen to their music, I know how cheeky that can kinda sound. But I get it. It's like, I said no, and then here you are. I'm like, "Okay, as long as no one sees you coming in, you can come in the house." So that's what it means, I just like that. "You're the one that's creeping rough instead of deceiving." Like, this guy's trash. Absolute trash. But apparently, he puts it down. He puts it down for her.
Yep.
And honestly, may this love never find me in the name of the the mother, the daughter, and the Britney spirit. Please, pop goddesses, keep this kind of love away from me. Like just go and stay gone, you know? But yeah, the guitar riff is giving glam. The beat is very like I don't wanna say it's turbocharged, but it's just very it's a driving kind of situation, and the attitude is there, but again, because of her vocal delivery, it feels a little bit more just like cool girl kinda just saying, "Oh my god, he's back again. Girls, guess who called me? This
Mhm.
guy." You know? So yeah, I feel like this song is about a relapse, romantic relapse, not narcotics. And the chorus I think is probably like the most addictive part of it. But yes, this is the soundtrack to the guy you shouldn't text back, but you will always straighten your heels toward. And I think it's fun.
Yeah, it
It's
is
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
And the music video is pretty fun. Like, I think the
Yes.
jail as
So
a setting is fun.
so
I
silly.
assume Bad Girls, just from reading the synopsis, it kind of just sounds like what's that Netflix show that was also in like a woman's jail? Orange is the
Orange
New
is the New
Black.
Black. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess a funnier version of that, like a less dark version of that.
Got you. Got you.
Um, and yeah, she looks great. I think the dance scenes are actually really effective here. I think all the
Yes.
lighting throughout the jail
Yes.
is great.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. I was waiting for her to flip her hair the whole time. I was like, come on, flip her, flip
And
her
then at the
hair.
end, she did it.
Oh God, yes, but so satisfying.
Yes. The choreo for this, it's okay. For some reason, it
Yeah.
was more effective in the music video.
The
Like,
editing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the actual performances that I watched, it's
Mhm.
okay. I think because she lip syncs,
Yeah.
they could have given her a bit more. Because in those verses, she's kind of just walking around a little bit,
Yes,
and
and
the
just
dancers are
scrolling.
are around her, but she's not really doing anything. So I feel like they really could have
It's a
upped the
disservice.
ante a little bit here
Yeah,
for
it's a
her.
disservice.
Yeah, nothing that memorable about this choreo for me.
Yes. Oh goodness. Poor thing. She deserves better. Doesn't really like provide justice to it. Give it justice? The word.
Yeah.
English is not my first language. But anyway, does that take away from your score at all?
No.
Okay. What did you give it?
No, I like this one. I'll give it a 9.
I gave it an 8.5. I'm like right underneath you.
Okay. Okay, moving on to Crazy Boys.
Yeah.
This was done by Richard X and Hannah Robinson, and it is believed that this was potentially going to be a single due to it showing up as a pre-order on the HMV website for a September 2005 release, but I Said Never Again, But Here We Are was chosen instead.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I don't know if that was the right choice. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, because this one's kind of like it's kind of saucy, you know? I mean, I'm trying to figure out what the overall like artistic vision for her was. Like what was her brand?
That's why I went Siren or Wood Nymph.
That's okay. No, I get it, but like
Yeah.
visually, what's her vision? Not what you think, what she's supposed to be presented to as in the general public, you know? Because like even with some of the videos, it's kind of giving sassy, like heartbroken kind of thing. Because when I think siren, I think of I'm singing you to your death, like you know the sailors
Oh yeah,
from
yeah, yeah. No, I think it was supposed to be
Island.
more relatable, like
Oh,
hot girl next door.
oh, dang it! Because this song would have been not that.
I don't know. What do you think? I feel like visually, I don't know. Actually, maybe I'm wrong because
Hmm.
I feel like it's a little edgier than that. So I don't want to say
No,
girl
no,
next door.
but if that's what you're getting from it, then that's what you're getting from it. My thing is like
No,
I
but
don't.
I was thinking of like the Negotiate with Love video. But then if you're looking about
Oh.
So Good, and then now she's in jail for for the last video, so
Oh,
maybe it's not so much that.
interesting. Okay.
I think it's
Ooh,
because I've
yeah.
listened to so many interviews and stuff with her, and she just seems like a really
Nice
nice,
person.
like
Yeah.
kind of introverted,
Yeah.
nice person, and
Yeah.
so I think maybe that's leading into it.
Mm.
'Cause I think they were actually probably hoping that she would turn into, like, a sex pot diva.
Yeah, but that really matters because if the public perception during these interviews, people, you know? Oh, interesting.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm looking at it retrospectively t anyway,
Mm.
fans who were around at the
Yes,
time,
please.
let us know what you
Absolutely.
think.
Yes, because I like because oh my goodness, it's tough when you have an artist who's probably is like a more of like a timid person or like more of a reserved person,
Yeah.
and then when they're on stage, sometimes it transforms. Maybe they have like a Sasha Fierce Beyonce moment. I'm not sure who Rachel's alter ego on stage was, if she had any, but I feel like Crazy Boys was a fun little, it was a fun little moment. I
Mhm.
think it really is, and I think with Richard X at the helm of the sexy ship, honey, you know it's gonna slap and zap with electro pop and quirky production. Crazy Boys, it feels like it's cyber chic and also alien-esque.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it was meant to be in like this laser lit nightclub orbiting around like a planet like Venus, because obviously the planet of love, because she's giving very much love and touch me. And like for you, I'd wait forever. Nobody does it better. And then the woos right after, it sounds very ethereal, very distant. But again, because of the electro pop, it's like, oh snap, I believe you would wait light years for this person.
Mhm.
But I also know you'd be dancing the whole time while you're waiting. When I was singing listening to the song, I kept kind of singing "Breathe on Me" by Britney Spears, like, along with it, and it somehow works. Like the
Mm.
"Breathe on me." I was singing along. If I was a DJ, tell me I wouldn't go off,
You would
y'all.
blend those. We've talked about this
Yeah.
before.
Yeah,
Maybe it's something we should look
I
into for
should look
you.
into like a remix my life. But yeah, I think she floats really nicely over the beat. I think the vocals, although filtered, they were kind of flirty.
Yeah.
Nothing like huge fantabulousness, but it was nice enough for me to be like, okay, there's something different happening here. But yeah, I think the song is about being drawn to bad boys, so you should stay away from them, but you're not going to because you really want this hot one. But yeah, you're gonna dance with them or self-destruct. It's like a sexy robot falling in love. So
Yeah.
I think it's a fun song. I enjoy it. I think I like it because of the concept.
Mm.
Yeah, I think the concept's what's brought me in because I have
Nice.
like so many ideas about what a video could have been.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually did call out Britney for this one as well. I was like,
Stop.
imagine Britney singing this, but she would take the sultriness a level
Oh,
higher, right?
yeah.
It'd be more breathy, it'd be more
Mhm.
vocal fry, a little bit more play
That's why I need vocal
in
fry.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something, yeah.
But yeah, I think the production of this is really fun. Like it's very powerful with kind
Yes.
of the staccato stabs and then all these
Yeah.
kind of like mysterious synths
Yeah.
in there. I think the chorus actually lets it down a little bit for me.
Mm.
Like the ooh ooh, or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah,
I'm just like,
yeah.
it's a bit lazy. I don't know. It's not that much of a hook.
No, it's not. No, it's just kinda
Like
like
I like the verses more.
it's like a sound. Woo, woo. Yeah, no, I think it just
Yeah.
kinda just adds, like, an instrument kinda
But
sound.
it feels like it's like, oh, we couldn't think of more lines, so they just add. I
Yeah.
don't know. This chorus isn't fully my
Flushed out to
favorite,
me,
but
yeah.
do like the song. It's just it's not a single to me. We do
Mm.
get some little ad libs in the final chorus, which is nice.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's still good. I still give it an 8.
Okay, I give this
Yeah.
one an 8.5. It's not, like, super high, but I do like this one in terms of, like again, the concept snatched me up. I feel like there's so much potential here. It's like 8.5 for
Yeah,
me.
that's fair. I mean, a lot of these songs, I feel like.
Yeah, and I keep
Yeah.
saying "Breathe on Me" on this, so I'm just like, at this
Mm,
point, the remix saves it for me. Alright, the remix that doesn't exist saves it for me. Up next is "I Will Be There," and this was written by Hannah Robinson, Pascal Gabriel, and Paul Statham. Alright, this
I
one.
really like this one.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's one that I didn't think much about, I think the first few times I
Mm.
listened to the album, but I think it really stands out in a good way.
Mhm.
I do love a good electro ballad.
Electro
This one's
ballad.
kind of giving Pet Shop Boys a little bit
Okay.
because it has that kind of futuristic, kind of 80s-ish vibe, and it's kind
Mhm.
of melancholic.
Yeah.
It's kind of mysterious.
Yes.
But then there's because the lyrics are pretty warm lyrics, it's just an
Mhm.
interesting juxtaposition because it's almost like she's a ghost singing to
Okay.
this person
Yeah.
who she'll always be there for, but they don't
Uh,
know that. I don't know.
yeah.
It's very interesting. There's just a melancholy there that I
Mhm.
like, and I think that's why the cold vocal kind of works because I think the
Yeah.
whole instrumental just feels very ghost like.
Ghost.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
and there's some very nice backing vocal layers in there. I will say I don't think they're Rachel, or they're not. Most of them, at least, are not Rachel. I assume Hannah
Oh,
maybe snuck
yeah.
in there. Uh, but yeah, they're really nice layers, and there are strings in the bridge too that are very haunting. Like I'm here for this whole vibe. I find it very interesting.
Yeah, I have retro percussive moment in my notes.
Mm,
And I said, "Oh, a ballad moment, but make it synthy." So I agree.
mm,
I like the melody of the verses. It's melancholic. And then when the chorus comes in, I can honestly say I didn't care for it at first 'cause it was just, like it loses me a bit, but then the "I will be there" comes in, and the refrain I think for me, the refrain is the best part of that
mm.
because of the harmonies, overlapping vocals, and the bell sound that kinda twinkles. It's almost as if they're kinda teasing with like, a little bit of an ABBA direction. Like, if you think about the
Yeah.
harmonies and the way it sounds and the strings that come in, it's like, "Oh, we're gonna do with it," and then it goes right back into the verse. The track slows the pace just enough to make it feel like there's some emotional depth on the album and not just like, "You're cheating on me, you're a bad boy." But yeah, the distance that you hear, I kinda get the same vibe. I got space, but it's not a huge difference. There's either way, there's something that's abnormal, paranormal, abnormal, whatever, about the sound of it. Like she sounds like she's either a ghost or an alien watching her human lover. Yeah, it's about support and being emotionally available for someone, but with like an icy like
But
poise.
kind of, it's like a ghost that wishes
Exactly.
they were.
Yeah, but it's kinda icy, like, Rachel
Yeah.
doesn't sound messy, like, about it's nothing messy about, "I'll be there for you," and she's not, like, yearning, she's just like, "I'm here whenever
Hmm.
you need me, if you ever see me." So I like it, I like this one.
Okay, what do you rate it?
I gave it an 8 though, even though I
Okay,
like
I'll give it
it.
a 9. Negotiate with Love is up next, and this was done by Anders Wolbeck, Matthias Lindblom, Miriam Nervo, Olivia Nervo, and Pete Hoffman. And this was the first single from the album released in March 2005 and peaking at number 10 in the UK. And our patron George told us that in Rachel's autobiography, she noted that she didn't think that this should have been a single and did
Mm,
not feel as confident about it as some of her previous singles like Some Girls and Sweet Dreams by LAX. So I
mm.
guess she agrees with the fans.
The case is closed. I don't negotiate with love.
I listen. I don't hate this song at all. I think lyrically it's relatable, coffee, turn into something, and then it turned into someone ghosting you. I mean, men have been playing games for years, I guess, for forever, I guess, you know? This song is kind of like one of those typical, he ghosted me. I don't know what's up with that, but instead of being sad, it's more just like, I'm tired of playing the games. And she's putting the contracts on the table, like, sir, you're in breach. This is a cease and desist. Stop and stop some more. I think the best-ish, if I wanna call it best, but I think one of the more, like, interesting parts is that post-chorus, one breath, run-on sentence moment. It does remind me of another song, but I can't quite put my finger on it. The da na 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 na. I think
Mm.
it's very, like, it could have been something, but I think her tone of voice just doesn't fit the attack and attitude that's necessary to make it sound less like I don't it sounds like kind of like a bug in the ear a little bit because it's just one constant note as opposed to like
Yeah.
some type of because there is no up and down in terms of vocals. And I think because it's just
Yes.
one constant note, it's like when a choir sings in unison, but they sing in unison
Right.
for like 4 bars, and you're like, babe, what? Stop.
Yes, like, there's no textural elements to
No.
it, there's no yeah,
Yeah, no
totally.
dynamics that go up and down with
Mm.
the notes, but I don't hate the song completely. It's that one part I'm like, "Dang, the potential is kind of there." The song
Mhm.
almost also has, like, this, like I don't know what the genre of music that comes with James Bond kinda sounds. I mean, like, I don't wanna call it, like, surf music, but it's like the doom 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 doom. It sounds mysterious or like a caper. It sounds like a caper, I don't know. But yeah, I think that one part this song is not bad. It's confident, it's a little cheeky, and it does have the musical DNA of a Girls Aloud song, but it's actually lacking some punch and maybe a Xenomania twist. I think maybe
Mm.
something's missing in terms of like wow moment, but it has
Yeah,
potential. Wow.
yeah, I don't think it's a bad song.
Yes.
I just agree with the note that it's not the strongest song on this album, like, by far not the strongest song on this album. So I do agree that maybe having it as the lead single is a bit of an odd choice. I think the production does have some interesting elements here. There's some weird noises and choices, kind of throughout it. Some odd synths, and even like the snare, for example, is kind of a weird choice of a snare to me. Like if I was
Mm.
producing the song, I don't think I would make any of these choices.
Oh.
But there's an interesting sheen to it all.
Oh, she. That's a good word.
And I don't
Yeah.
know if that's just like a mastering kind of thing, but
Mhm.
I think the actual mix is really well done, actually.
Yes.
But yeah, that whole kind of bug in the ear, constant note moment in the chorus, I do find that annoying. And I think you're right in that if it was sung with a bit more, I don't know if it's emotion, I don't know if it's just like texture and dynamic, like you were saying.
Mm.
Um, yeah, it doesn't make the impact that I think it was supposed to make.
Right, because it could have been like a moment where it's like, "Ooh, girl, go off." Like, if she was really,
Yeah,
like, not belting it, but if she was, like, chesting,
angrier.
angry, yeah, this could have been like
Yeah.
a "ooh"
Yeah,
moment.
because maybe I think you're right in that it was supposed to kind of just be like, I'm over this. Like,
Yeah.
here's like, just leave. Like, I don't know
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
I'm not dealing with this. I think maybe that's the attitude they wanted her to have, and
Mm.
but I think we were watching this music video together a few days
Yeah,
ago, and this was the one where you were like, imagine Kelly Clarkson singing this,
yeah.
and it's kind of hard for me too. But when I do try, she would like belt the crap out of it and
Yeah,
like put her feeling into it, and she would sound angry, and it would
yeah.
be, it would yeah, I don't know. Like,
Bec
maybe you don't need to end this with composure, like, you can have a little bit of emotion.
because imagine yeah, imagine this post-chorus being kind of, like, chill in the beginning, but by the last time she does it, "Na na 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 na," and she just
Mhm.
and it went off at the end, yeah.
Yes.
Like, so it's one of those things that maybe not
Right.
Kelly, but someone who could, like, put not sing so much, like, in the falsetto, like, head voice situation.
Yes.
Less whistle and more, like, blaring horn in terms of
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, give this to Jessie J.
Won't it goes and laugh, laugh.
La 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 la
La
la
la
la la. Oh my god.
la.
Okay, so the music video features multiple Rachels throughout this kinda, like, wonky apartment.
Yes.
Not my favorite music video because the shtick just gets old. Because I think they use that effect. So, like, literally right from the start of kind of the multiple Rachels and the zooming in on the various parts of the apartment and her doing different things. And
Yeah.
so after the first verse, it's like, okay, well, That's the literally the entire video.
Oh, yeah, there's no reveal like a
Like,
grand
there's no
reveal.
build to it, like, there's no
Mhm.
story to it,
Mm,
really. I mean, yes, maybe you can piece a story together with what she's doing,
yeah.
because there's, like, the luggage, and then there's, like, there's, like, different things that she's doing, but yeah, I did not love the execution of this.
Yes, but can I just say real quickly, let's get it out the way. She looked stunning in the video, honey.
Oh, yeah.
One thing her face will do is face.
That's
But,
right.
but all jokes aside, though, I did like some of the little. I think when we were watching it together, I was like, "Oh, the couch! It says lover," and then she picks it up and it says over.
Yeah.
So moments like that, I think there's for it to, the technology, the editing, the direction of the time, not bad. Like she drops a pillow and then her at the bottom, the first level catches it. So there's moments here and there. I
Mhm.
do agree with you in terms of the reveal just not being there. It's kind of like here she is inside this apartment. Here she is again, and she's going to keep appearing. So I was like, oh dang, there's no reveal. And then yeah, there's some moments here and there where you're kind of playing like which one of these are not like the other. You're kind of playing like
Sure. Yeah.
certain set pieces change to make it a little bit interesting. But yeah, yeah, it's not a bad video. I do appreciate the concept. I do wonder what would have happened if she was a lawyer in a room instead of like a girl heartbroken
Mm,
in an apartment. When I see
yes.
videos like this, it reminds me of Miss A's only You when they're in their apartment. I love apartment music
Mm,
videos. I can't help it. But yeah, this one not a bad video, but I think because everything is so muted, she's not wearing any colors that pop. Like she just blends in, and then the shirt she's wearing is also nude. I'm nitpicking like really badly, but like
right, right,
looking back
right.
on it, it's just like, oh, she looks really good. And the video editing, I don't hate, but also the magic starts to kind of like
Mhm.
fade a little bit. But I do appreciate the concept of having me like having different Rachels around, like which one is doing what each time you watch it, something new is happening. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I just don't think the execution was
yeah,
great.
yeah,
And
nice
then the
attempt.
choreo, these performances
Oh,
are not great.
they're not fair to her at
And it's
all.
not her. It's not her at all
Yeah,
because
it's
she is giving
unfair.
face like she's trying to, yeah,
Yes.
give. But yeah, just the musicality
Mm,
of these dance moves is
mm,
very odd.
yeah.
Like whoever choreographed this, it just feels like they phoned it in a little bit.
Yeah. You know what? I feel like this person's trying to hit all the drums. Like in the chorus, they're doing like this little shaky shaky thing, and then
Yeah.
there's a head move. I remember watching that and be like, whoa, whoa, what was that? What was that? It was weird because they're
Yeah,
snaking their
she has to
body.
do like chest pops too.
Yeah, it's I think
Yeah.
trying to hit the whoever was choreographing was trying to hit the jump because it's all so sharp. I think yeah, it's not great. But she looks
Not my
great though.
fave.
No, she
Not my
looks
fave. Yeah. Okay, so I give this one a 7.
I actually don't like dislike the song too much, but I gave it a 7.5. Not too far away from you. 7.5. All right. Up next is All About Me, and this was done by Fraser T. Smith, Robert Smith, Simon Gallup, Porl Thompson, Boris Williams, Lauren Tolhurst, and Roger O'Donnell. And you will recognize a lot of these writers because the song features a sample of a lullaby by The Cure. And it's also listed as It's All About Me on streaming, but the it's should not be there.
Mm,
So yes, All About Me.
You said it's all about me.
we love a Cure sample. That's fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
bold, very bold.
Bold for her for sure. I love
Yeah.
it. I will say, and someone can correct me if they have the CD, but it's a very muffled master.
Mm.
And maybe like it kind of sounds like a radio rip, from back in the day.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But maybe that was intentional. Like maybe it was supposed to add to the moodiness and it was supposed to be one of those like walking in the rain kind of
Oh, yeah.
situations or staring out the window while it's raining kind of situations because it does feel like that. So maybe they
Mhm.
wanted it to kind of sound like
Yeah.
a radio or something.
Mhm.
But yeah, I do like the moodiness of this a lot. This
Yeah.
is another one that kind of grew on me as I kept listening to the album a lot more. The chorus is very catchy. I like the kind of robotic backing vocals. And the core sample is awesome.
Yeah.
Like it does make it sound quite cool.
Yeah.
And again, here is where the emotionless vocal does work, right? Because it's kind of the lyrics are kind of like you just kind of processing and you don't
Oh,
really
yeah.
know how to feel.
Yeah.
So I like this one. I think it's a cool track for her.
Yeah, I think it's a lot less about if you were to perform it, to be less about the dancing and the shaking and hitting every drum. So I think again, this is another wow, she has some depth on the
Hmm.
album. The guitars are there, the drum pad crashing It's not a drum pad, but it just sounds very like electronic, which is good. So it still maintains the whole we did this on a pad and synth situation.
Mhm.
I like that she's the narrator of this romantic encounter. Where from Sunday to Tuesday the guy seems great, but then after that he was gonzo, messed up as heck. But then it turns out that the girl is her, and it's interesting because she is taking stock of all the crap that has happened, but then she's also like, I'm ready to prioritize myself, like, but I wouldn't mind if I were with you, like, that would be nice too, like, why can't I have both? Um, I would say that the chorus is not my favorite. It's
Mm.
okay, like, it does what it needs to do, but for me, it's okay. Um, but yeah, I think lyrically, verse-wise, I like it's relatable. A line that stood out was, he said, "He's been busy," and she said, "Don't worry." And I was like, "Oh, raise your hand if you've been there before." I'm busy. Or raise your hand if you've been the one that's quote unquote busy. But yeah, I mean, I think everyone's kind of been there.
Mhm.
Um, I like the bridge. It has a lot of tension that builds there, but then it falls away a little disappointingly at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Mm.
bridge actually kind of builds nicely, but then at the end, she's just like, it's not terrible the way it ends, but it's only one of those things where it's like she doesn't have the vocal chops to go, like, more powerful.
Yeah.
So it's not terrible, it's satisfactory, so I feel like it's still emotional, it still has a little bit of, like, um, what's the word for it? It's believable, like, she didn't get lost in the sauce of the song, so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the melody is good. In terms of the song, lyrically, it's okay, but I think as on the album, it does stand out. So,
Mm.
kind
Okay,
of
so
in the
what do you
middle
rate
there.
it?
I actually gave it a 7.5, but I do like the Cure sample as well, so I'm willing to bump it up to an 8.
Okay, I will
Yeah.
go 8.5. I like this one. This next one is Secret Garden. This was done by Johnny Douglas and Karen Poole, who we love. And I think you love as well because you know what they wrote, right?
Wait, it's a Kylie song, no?
Yeah, you know which one. Or they've
Stop,
written a few, but you know which one
stop, no, hang on,
that
recently?
I'm thinking of?
No, stop, hang on, recently?
It's one you really like. Chocolate.
Oh! Oh, sorry.
For everyone at home, I muted that for your sake.
I'm so sorry, I screamed.
A secret garden.
Yes, that's why I like
I do like the song quite a lot.
that's why I
It's
like
twinkly, there's a dreaminess to it, there's a darkness to it.
Mhm.
This is literally the wood nymph concept that I mentioned
You're so
earlier.
silly.
But this song is pretty perfect for Rachel's tone because it does
Mm,
sound like she's enticing you into her
mhm.
secret garden, you
Uh,
know? Um, it gets very breathy. It definitely is giving Kylie
mhm,
for
mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
Especially now that you know that they wrote chocolate as well.
Chocolate, yeah.
Um, but I feel like this is one that I could envision the music video.
Yeah.
Like it's just such a clear concept just in that title alone. And this is one that I look forward to every time it comes on. I really like this one.
Yeah, me too. You're right, I can
Yeah.
see, like, running through the forest and, like, uh-huh, in slow
Mhm.
motion, super slow motion. Yes, now that it all makes sense, this
Yeah.
is definitely the most ethereal track for me. Um, I do have Kylie Minogue in my notes, it's so funny because I was like, "Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah."
You can totally hear it. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah. In a good way though. Like Rachel doing this kind of really breathy, airy thing is great.
Yes, I think so too, because they really do play with her falsetto, her head voice a little bit here, because she kinda there is one note that I don't really care for, like, she says, "I gave him to you and I knew heaven was right there." No, no. No, sorry, there's something that she says, "You're a trigger for me, I'm a sucker for you, nothing can stop this feeling," and there's an effect on it that is a little bit strange where, like, her it's not like the vocal corrector was trying to snap her vocals into place, that or an effect was put on it, but it sounds kinda, like, manipulated there, and I'm not sure if it was on purpose or not. I don't hate it, but when I heard it, I was like, "Hmm, interesting." But again, past that part, I do think it's interesting that they're playing with that breathy head, falsetto situation.
Mhm.
Um, The lyrics are sultry. They're mystical, you know? I gave in to you and heaven was right there. You know, they're having private kisses that stung her lips. I'm like, okay, Bumblebee. Um, I think the drums revving us up for that chorus is fabulous. And I'm not sure if you've listened to any of Addison Rae's singles or album or any of the listeners have listened. If you're new here, we don't really do like the contemporary, like modern. That sounds weird. We do a lot of legacy artists or like older
Yes.
artists and stuff like that. But I was listening to Addison Rae's album this past Friday, and this would fit right on it. So if you do like this song, Secret Garden, Addison Rae's album really leans toward this whole kind of like retro, breathy kind of sound. The song would like be really good and on that project. But yes, this song is fun. It kind of has like an 80s feel to it too because of the drums, which I absolutely enjoy. And I love that the song is not actually about gardening. Like I think that's great. Like put your green thumb in me, baby. I love that for her.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I love this. I like this song a lot.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, I give this one a 10.
Yeah, this is my first 10 on the album.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, my first one, because there are some other
Ooh,
ones.
really?
Yes.
Nice. Up next is Nothing Good About This Goodbye, and it was done by Brian Higgins, Nick Kohler, and Alexis Strum of Xenomania. This was originally planned to be a single from the album, but plans were scrapped.
Baby, there ain't nothing good about this goodbye.
What are
Mm.
these conversations in these rooms? Dang it.
I think the album didn't do too well, so I think the plans just kinda they were like, "There's no saving it anymore," unfortunately, because this song
Oh,
had the potential to save it. Because I love this song.
oh, what
I
is
think it's
yeah.
so good. Like, I do obviously, it's Xenomania, so I
Uh,
automatically think Girls Aloud, but I was
yeah.
like, "This really could have been a Girls Aloud song." Like, imagine Nadine singing
Oh my
lead on
god,
this, you know?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because the chorus is so good.
Yes.
A really, really nice melody, very easy to sing along to. I do think it screams radio to me, like,
Yeah.
especially at that time. And then production-wise, I love how in the second verse, it gets very funky suddenly. Because the first
Mhm.
verse, it's kind of ethereal and kinda dreamy,
Yes.
but then it gets funky and you get guitar in the bridge as well. So
I
yeah, just
know.
great,
Yeah.
great production from Xenomania as always.
Yes.
And Rachel sounds great on this too. She is also giving a little bit more here, especially in that second verse. You get kind of
Mhm.
a little bit more dynamic there.
Yes, he does.
Um, I do wish there was a little bit more. I don't know if it's sadness, just melancholy, I guess, in her vocal
Oh,
delivery, because I think it's very present in the production. Like,
yeah.
there is an inherent melancholy in the production, and I feel like her vocal is a little bit blank
Mhm.
during some of this.
Mhm.
But, I'm just nitpicking at that point. I think the song itself is so good.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
this has, like, an icy electro armor around the heartbreak that Rachel is kind of, feeling, and
Mhm.
we can keep saying, like, it's part of the vocal her vocal tone to have this, stylish cry into your pillow kind of vibe, but I do agree, I think it does need a little bit more of a, um, I can tell where your influences come from kind of feel. Like, if someone listens to a certain kind of like, if you're listening to like R&B, or if you're listening to pop music, or if you're listening to like ballads a lot of the time, or like sad girl guitar acoustic, you can kind of hear it in their voice. You can hear their influences in their voice. And for this one, I think it did need a little bit more emotion. I also have a note where second verse production is funky. And I think it is the production that really gives me the oomph that I need. The melody is fun. I can hum it back to you.
Mhm.
Um, I think the intro of the song is interesting. Everything about the song is very interesting. The intro sounds distant and kind of nonchalant, and then the synths come in, and then the sadness is kind of gone. With the chorus, it's back again. Second verse, it's funky. Chorus, sorry, the bridge, everything falls away and then builds back up for like this little guitar solo moment. But yeah, I feel like the song would have like been go with some ad-libs at the end because it was a little dry after hearing the chorus again and again and again.
That's
Um,
fair.
but aside from that, it's not bad. It's giving heartbreak anthem of a very rich woman who looks stunning while mourning over her lover leaving her, but she's still like she didn't sign the prenup, so she's set, you know? So
Mm.
she's like
Love that. Love that concept. I will say we do have a kind of random
Hmm.
morning TV lip synced performance
Oh,
of this
not
track.
random. That's crazy.
Um, I will say she's quite a good lip syncer.
Shoot, you know what? Listening is not easy.
Yeah.
As a person who's terrible at it, it's not easy at all. So kudos to
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
At least they try to promote it, I guess. They
I
tried.
guess. And they gave her a fake band, so she wasn't just like alone on stage.
Yeah, there was an effort. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. So this one is another 10 for me.
All respect. I give it a 9.5. I'm not far behind, but I think those little things I couldn't give it a 10.
Okay. Moving on to Some Girls. This was done by Richard X, Hannah Robinson, and Pete Hoffman. And this was originally released as a charity single for Sport Relief in 2004. And the track hit #2 in the UK singles chart and was originally included on the reissue of Rachel's debut album, Funky Dory. And then it was then featured on the Come and Get It album.
Mhm.
And Richard X has described the song as a pop record about a pop record, a satire disguised as a chart hit. And it was awarded the Pop Justice 20 Quid Music Prize for Best Pop Record in 2004. And a great fun story that we love in pop music lore.
Mhm.
Prior to Rachel recording the track,
Mm.
Jerry Halliwell, aka Ginger Spice,
Yes.
she heard the track, she wanted the track for herself, but Richard X denied it.
Dun, dun,
He did
dun.
not think she would do it well. He wanted the blankness of Rachel's voice because he wanted to emphasize the song's satirical edge.
Yeah.
And allegedly, he said in an interview that Jerry locked herself in a car and cried in protest outside the studio.
What a he's embellishing.
I don't think so.
Oh, I think I think he got.
Don't ruin the pop lore.
Oh, okay.
Some girls always get what they wanna.
But like if she sat there and cried, that's wild. You can write better songs, girl. It's okay because Jerry could
Well,
write
to be
songs.
fair, if Jerry did this, she would do a very cheeky vocal delivery for it. So if he wanted the kind of satire of it to be more subtle
Yeah.
and to almost have a kind of robotic delivery, it makes sense.
That's so valid. I'm not
Yeah.
mad at it. It's just really funny because you imagine you like, I hate you. I want the song. Like, I just want to get out the way. I'm not sure if you hear it, but I hear Goldfrapp's strict machine a little bit.
Oh,
I hear a little bit of Goldfrappy in here.
Yeah.
Goldfrapp.
I'm not mad at that.
Oh, I'll say gold frappe because it's a little sweet. It's a little, a little because it's talking about the girls wanting to be. It's like a very meta pop. Like I want to be famous. Why you not make me famous? You promised you'd make me famous. I think that the first line, my baby drives a car. Hey, he calls me when he wants. Hey, like it's so silly. Like the verses for me, I feel like don't make complete sense, but it's all a part of the whole like I'm just a girl kind of situation. But this is kind of like saying that some girls go a little too far with the I'm just a girl thing and they want things to be super easy and like I have this and I'm gonna be famous. I just exist and I'm supposed to be just like worshipped and like why haven't you signed me yet? And
Oh,
yeah.
that's interesting you took it that way because I took it a different way.
Oh really? Okay. When I heard it, I
Yeah.
was just like, oh, it's kind of I don't think in a bad way. Like it's not bad if you want to just get paid to exist. I'm just saying some girls do.
I think it's
Um
more about sleeping your way to the top.
oh,
I think this is about the nod to like the sexual politics and kind of the power imbalance in the music industry and entertainment industry because it's about all these women that are being promised the world, but they have to play the game.
yeah.
Right. So there she's like pretending to be enthusiastic about this man that she's sleeping with to
I'm
get
in
to the
tears,
top.
right?
That's how I took this.
That's that's valid. But
Yeah.
yeah, it has a little bit of a sleaziness to it. That's why I'm like,
Mhm.
sleazy, hypnotic. I think because of the way she's singing it, and it's unapologetically manufactured.
Mhm.
It has that like, it is literally about sitting your way to the top, but it's too catchy to be scandalous. Like my notes are very much leaning to what you're saying too. But I was just listening to it, and I was like, when I first heard, it, I was like, oh, my baby drives a car. Hey, like it didn't sound like. It sounded like a ditzy girl. It didn't sound like, oh, I'm a victim of the system.
Well, I think that's the point, right?
I know, it sucks.
Yeah.
But again, it is catchy, too catchy to be scandalous. So it's like a little sleeper cell. It's like, hey, here's a story here.
Mhm.
The video is I cannot with the video. This is a video where she's coming out of the sewer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god, I hate that teenage.
And back into the sewer at the
Yeah,
end.
they reversed this first shot, and I was kind of annoyed. They reversed the first shot, and I was like, "What the actual heck is going on?" But yes, when I get what you're saying about it being kind of like sleazy. That sucks. I'm glad it never has to happen. Like to me, it hasn't happened to me yet. Like not yet, but it just hasn't happened. Cause
Mhm.
that's too much. Like ugh, like
Yeah.
talent's not enough.
It's
Talent-
not, unfortunately, not in entertainment.
No.
But yeah, I think this is a cool track. The production is great. Again, you got that kind of glam rock vibe to it
Yeah.
while still being very electro pop.
Mhm.
There is this male vocal loop at the end.
Mm.
Ooh, wow, it's like this weird, like low bassy thing. It's kind
Yeah.
of creepy, kind of funny, kind of creepy, and I think maybe that's the point. Um,
Who's that? We don't know. Oh my God. So like,
um, yeah, I can see why this is one of her signature hits. Like,
mm,
it's interesting, it's memorable.
yeah.
I love that it was released as a charity single when it's about what it's about.
Some
Um,
girls and
and the
then-
choreo's fun. It's very feminine, it's cute, it's sassy. It
Yeah.
works. I'm here for it. I get why this was a hit.
I get
Yeah.
why this is a hit. I hate the choreography for the chorus. I can't lie. I was
The
watching
the
it's the
what
flapping
is this
of the
called?
leg and then the
Oh,
arm.
this.
Yeah, and also, if I'm not mistaken, the verse choreographies repeat, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, so Larry. She deserves.
I'm not mad at it because again, I'm thinking like robotic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just
Like
another girl trying.
manufactured pop girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting. So I was like, oh, it works.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I respect you, like, saying that. But I remember watching, again, just me doing like the first glance of everything. These are like what I'm saying. Like, bam, I saw this or like, I heard this and I thought, oh, she's kind of making fun of. Meanwhile, it's sleazy. Oh, I hate Layla was dancing. Meanwhile, it's meant to look very like we are a factory of women and we're all wearing the same clothes. Like in the
Yeah.
video, we're all following the trends. So yeah, I think it's cute. I think it's very cute. What score did you give it?
I give it a 9.
I have a 9 too.
Cool.
All right. Up next is Je m'appelle. And this was done by Damien Legacic and Sherry Poole. I don't know if that's how you say his last name, but I'm going to assume.
Yeah,
It's
that was close, I think.
Legacic. Okay.
Je m'appelle Rochelle. Fire away.
Yeah. Well, first off, what stood out the most to me is that in those verses,
Mm.
we have a lot less vocal effects. You get a much
Um,
purer,
yeah.
rawer take
Yes.
from Rachel's vocal, and she sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
There is kind of an emotion there. There's a mysteriousness in that verse or in those verses.
Mm-hmm.
And then the chorus, it suddenly switches up and it gets very flirty and kind of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely a memorable track, more of a more experimental one for
Yes.
sure,
Mhm.
which I'm here for. Like if you're doing kind of a pop album, like push the limits a little bit, I think it's
Yes.
always good.
Yes.
I will say her vocal, especially in the third verse, I would like to shout out,
Yeah.
is very good. You do get some vocal fry in there, just some dimension.
Yeah.
And again, because there's not as much vocal effect on it, it's more noticeable
Right.
there. And then, up to the final chorus, we get kind of harmonized build, and then you get an acapella almost belt.
Yeah. Get a moment. We get a moment.
So yeah, I think this one's a highlight on the album. It's memorable for sure.
The song literally is like "Stop being so shy and come home with me," but the song does that itself. I think that's so fun. It's one of those things where I listen to it and I'm like, I appreciate that the songwriters were playing with the words that sound like the song that they're playing with. Like it's just if the song has all these dynamics, why not write according to them? Why not give the attitude where it needs to be? Because sometimes you'll get songs and you're like, who just threw on their diary pages on this track? This doesn't feel like that. The post-chorus woes sound like sirens luring you into the island.
Mhm.
Je m'appelle Rachel. Okay, Rachel. Okay, girl. You going ahead, Rachel. No,
Yes.
Rachel was eating it up. The bridge is fun. The drum actually changes a little bit. It kind of feels like I don't know what the rhythm is. I don't want to say something wrong, but it kind of gave a little like a little dance hall moment. It was like a dance hall light. And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like straight up. But something about the drums kind of changed just enough for me to go, "Ooh, what's this?"
Mm,
And then when we got that pseudo, the belt moment, I'm not gonna do it. But yes, this made me go, I'm gonna have to listen to this album again. Let's do it.
yes. Okay, so what do you rate this one?
The song should have got a video, okay?
Mm,
It should have gotten a video. I give it a 9.5. It's not a 10,
ooh.
but it's close for me. It's close.
Okay, I give it a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, very good track.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to Funny How. And this
Funny
was done by Brian Higgins, Lisa Cowling, Miranda Cooper, Nick Kohler, and Tim Powell of Xenomania, and Rachel Stevens. We finally get a Rachel co right here. And as I mentioned, this is the only one, I think, on the album that has her as a co-write.
Funny how I always know before it's over.
I like this song because, like, I always tell people a little fun fact about me. when I go on dates, I can never get past 3 days with people. Like if it doesn't not I know it sounds so weird, but for whatever reason, things start to go funky on the 3rd day with any guy I've been out with, right? I'm always like, "Oh, something's gonna happen," or like, something's feel right," or like something comes up that I was worried about before, and I was like, "Hmm." So when she's like, "Funny how, she always knows when it's over," and I'm like, "Yeah, me too." So
So this one speaks to you.
oh, heck yeah. So the score might be weighted differently. Oh, the value of the score has suddenly I'm joking. But
Mm,
no, I heard it and I was like, dang, girl, I think everyone kind of has a sense of like the intuition, whatever you want to call it. If you want to call it like a sign, but there's always something that tells you, yeah, you're not right. And the best thing about this is that she's not sad about it. It's more just like, God dang it, I knew it was going to happen again, but trying to give you a chance here. Cause at the end, she's like, take these fools away from me. I was like, girl, me too.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, I love that first verse where she says, "What I want, what I need is an extraordinary love." So it's one of those songs where it feels like a disco-y crying in the club moment, but she's not actually crying. She's kind of just like, "Girl, yeah, no, I dumped him. What? Why? I thought he was great. Yeah, I thought he was great too, but like, I had a feeling, like he was. It's one of those, what I'm talking about, when you're like dancing and having a conversation with your friend. And it's like, that's what the song feels like, which I appreciate. It doesn't feel like ice cream on the couch.
Mm.
And the bridge, uh, honey, I know I've complained about like the bridge needs a little bit extra this and a little extra that. I don't mind that the bridge didn't really have anything going on vocally except like a repeated kind of phrase, but I enjoyed that. I wish we did get a little bit of something happening there in that bridge, like
Yeah.
for like a built-in dance break. But aside from that, I don't mind her not going off. I love that she's not willing to settle in the song. And she does sound very like nonchalant. So it fits the whole
Yes.
like I'm not heartbroken. I'm just like, "Ugh," again. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's why I'm kind of good with this because it's just kinda slinky and,
yes.
like, she doesn't want to try that hard,
Yeah.
so I think it's actually okay that this doesn't have, like, more kinda trills and stuff in there.
Mhm.
I really hear girls a lot in this one
Oh,
for sure.
really? I heard
Like,
Kylie.
really? No, especially in that pre-chorus, I'm like,
Mm.
"This is Nicola or Sarah,"
Oh, okay, it's
where
valid.
it gets
That's
kinda
so
soft and
valid.
thin. I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
No, you're valid. That's
And I of
valid.
course, I might just be biased because I know it's Xenomania,
Yeah,
and I'm a Xenomania stan, clearly.
that's valid.
Yeah, this one's great. Like, I
Mm,
love it. It's just bouncy and it's just, great electro pop production.
yeah.
Again, there's that kind of melancholy there. So it is that crying in the club kind of situation. um, and yeah, I think the chorus is just really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Like, this is a clear standout to me.
Mhm.
And I give it a 10.
Yes, this is my 10 after
Mm,
Je m'appelle, which is again, the track listing is not bad here. So we like this. Up next is Every Little Thing, and this was done by Jules and Stone and Rob Davis. And this has been noted as a UK bonus track, but it is on every version of the album. So bonus for us, I guess. So the song was originally recorded by Gareth Gates for his third album, but was ultimately not used and given to Rachel.
I want every little thing that you don't.
yes. This is an interesting one. Like,
Yeah.
the production is so bubbly and happy, but then the chorus is about a relationship, that just isn't working. Or I guess the lyrics are just about that.
Yeah.
So just an interesting juxtaposition there.
Yeah.
There's some very, I hate this word, so I'm sorry I'm saying it, but there's like a squelchiness in there in the
Oh,
production.
squishy. So it goes squish,
I think
squish.
squelchy.
Oh, it sounds wet.
Right, exactly.
Something sounds moist in this
That's why
track.
it's not just squishy.
It's a moisty track,
Um,
yeah.
and then the backing vocals sound kind of like a church choir. So it's just like in terms of production, it's very interesting. I don't think Garrett's version has leaked, but he has a great voice. So if someone
Yeah.
has it, I would love to hear it. Please send it to us.
That's
I'm just
hilarious.
curious if his version was the same. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, and then also, wait, we
Mhm.
get a guitar solo
Yeah.
ish
Yeah.
kind of thing in the
Yeah.
middle too. It's like not really guitar, so it's like kind of one. So anyway,
Right.
production very odd. I will say the chorus is a very fun melody. Um, this one is sung quite. Uh, there's just no
Lethargically.
power. Yeah, lethargically is a great
Oh
word.
my god.
Yes, very lethargically.
Yeah.
And I feel like if she sang it with a bit more power, it would actually emphasize the kind of sing along ability of it because I think it has that
Oh,
potential.
yeah, it has a swing
Um,
to it that is just not being swung.
yes, so I feel like this didn't hit its full potential, but I appreciate the experimentation in the production.
Right, right.
Yeah,
That I can agree with.
yeah.
Um, I was like, this is one of the I was like, this is one of the album's more sentimental numbers. It's not sentimental whatsoever, but it's one of those like,
I
I
mean, the
understand it
lyrics kind of are.
kind of,
Yeah.
right? That's what's strange about it. It's like a mid-tempo ode to being complete opposites. These two are incompatible, but that's why they're attracted to each other. Opposites attract. You drink tea, I drink coffee. I mean, nothing I don't think any song about opposites will hit as hard as Black and White by Gina, obviously, the
Mm.
K-pop queen. I'm joking. If y'all know that song, please drop in the comments you know it. But no, I think Opposites Attract by Paul Abdul always kind of encapsulate the whole like it shouldn't work, but it does. This one, I agree with you, could have been a very like can you imagine the step singing it?
Oh,
Can you imagine?
interesting.
Like, especially with the churchy kind of sound, the da da hey, da 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 da
Yeah,
da da da
yeah.
hey,
I'm not
like
mad at that.
you know how to
Yeah.
make breakup sound happy? Like this sounds like a step song in that sense. It's not a step song really, but it could have gone there. Um,
It could be. Claire would kill that chorus.
oh, I know. Da, 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 da,
Yes.
da. She would have felt in her face. Claire, I love you.
We love you.
We both love you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the thing. I like this song because of what it could have been. It's not a bad song. She says that she's her lover's fantasy and he would do anything for her. The bridge is also a moment I said I liked too because of the guitar. But yeah, the choir is hilarious. And as you mention it, what are y'all doing? I'm not mad at it. But again, now I'm thinking about it, Steps would have done something with this with a little
Mm.
cartoon. Every little thing, you know?
Yes, you're totally right. Love that.
Not justice for Steps. They already got justice, but you know, more songs for Steps.
More songs for sets. Yes. So I give this one an 8.
Here's an 8. Oh, I have it at an 8 with a period. I think I was gonna give it a point 0.5. I think I was because I have just a period, but I gave it an 8.
Okay.
If I didn't finish it, it's an 8 then.
You changed your mind in the middle of typing. Yes.
That's hysterical. Maybe for the Steps thing, I'll give it a 5.
Hey. Okay, so moving on to the final track on, I guess,
Mhm.
the standard version of the album, even though this one's also noted as a UK bonus track.
Mm-mm.
This is Dum Dum, done by David Erickson, Jay Valentine, and Tom Nichols.
And all she wants is love, and all she wants is dum-dum-dum.
Hello, Dum Dum. This is giving like it seems like secret Barbie shade, but it's not. I thought it was Barbie shade when I heard it, but I think it's playing along with it's playing along with the Some Girls thing where it's just like this woman is kind of playing up the whole like she lets you think she's acting kind of stupid. She looks good in pink, but she knows how to use it. It's all about the girl playing up the simple mindedness to get what she wants, or maybe just to find love. Because sometimes you have to kind of play dumb and not play like I'm so like I can take care of myself. Let someone take care of you. So it's like my life will be set kind of thing. But yeah, the song is kind of secretly sad. Like the tears kind of explode and glitter because the second verse just reveals that she's actually really just lonely and sad. But
Right.
it's not Barbie shade like I thought. Like I was expecting some bubblegum pop with this, but it actually burns. It's like a spicy stick of gum, like a
Mm.
fireball in the mouth. It's still candy. It's still kind of giving pop. It's still kind of giving a little bit of sweet, but there's a spice to it. But it's like a sad spice that makes you cry. Um, but I think because the song kind of sounds fun, it's deceptive. I like the ahs that she does, the ahs, the oohs and ahs.
Mhm.
The strings in the bridge make it fun, and then it ends with the breathing.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't, I don't know. Okay,
Yeah, I'm here for the
I don't
breathing.
know.
Yeah.
Why is it there? I don't know. I don't
I'm not
hate it
mad at
though.
it.
I don't
Yeah.
hate it, but like it's okay. It's like why is it there? Why is it? Why? Why is it there? How does it fit into the song?
Oh, that I don't know.
Okay, thank you. That's my thing. I was like, why are you there?
I'm not mad at it. I'm not, it makes it's just something different, I guess.
True.
I think the bounciness in the production is great. I think her vocal execution here there is some dynamic here, like,
Yeah.
especially in that pre-chorus, it's very good there.
Yeah.
I think the chorus is catchy, but I don't know if the dum da 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 is really enough of a hook. Like,
No,
it just
yeah.
doesn't
It's
really go
something
anywhere, like, it
more.
almost feels like there should be a post-chorus or something just to
Mhm.
give it a bit more of a climax or just to give the song a bit more of a ride.
Um,
Um, I think especially as it's the end of the album, it does feel a little bit like, okay, this one is a bonus track.
yeah.
Like, it doesn't really fit. Like, I feel like every little thing is the last one.
Yeah.
Or I guess even if Funny How was the last one,
Oh,
it
yeah.
works. I think this one does feel a little tacked on.
Mhm.
And maybe listening to it on shuffle, I may think differently, right?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this one's just kind of meh for me.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too. It's on the road. I gave it a 7.5 because I don't hate it, and I like the whole kind of, like, not secret Barbie shade. So I
Mm.
give it a 7.5.
Okay, I'll give it a 7. Yeah. Okay, so that is the end
Oh,
of
at the end.
the standard album, or I guess the UK version of the album
Oh,
for
right,
those bonus tracks.
right.
There are other songs from this era, though, that were B-sides on these singles. So if you want to hear us discuss songs like Never Go Back and Waiting Game and Queen and Spin That Bottle, you got to come join us on Patreon at patreon.com/cctvpops because it is an exclusive episode only for our
Patrons.
producers, PAs, and operators.
That's right, for the patrons.
Yes.
Patrons.
So
Hmm.
let's get to our cut or keep section.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Wow.
Yes. Okay, so cut. If I had to cut a song off this album,
Mm.
I mean, it would be Dum Dum, but because
Oh,
it's labeled as a UK bonus track, I'll pick something else.
okay. Respect.
And you know what? I actually would pick Negotiate with Love.
Oh,
It just
really?
isn't one I go back to.
Mm. After looking through, even with some of my lower scores, there'd be like the weaker songs of the strong track, so it would not be fair. So I will match you. Negotiate with Love probably is the weakest track here.
Hmm.
Yeah, on the body of work.
Mm.
The song I would keep though, honey, the song I would keep is Secret Garden.
Ooh, yeah. That's up there for me. Okay, if you choose that one, I'll choose Nothing Good About This Goodbye, the
Oh,
single that never was, Xenomania production. It's so good.
what could
Yeah.
have been? This album surprised me. I gotta be real with you. The album surprised me. I was expecting the songs to be so well chosen. Because with certain she's pretty crash cash grabs, it turns into this thing where it's like, yeah, like her face will sell the records. Let's not worry about what the songs sound like. It
Mm,
feels like they actually did care enough to try to create a body of work. And if she did have a hand in selecting the songs, then good for her.
yeah.
She didn't only get that one credit, but I'm pretty sure she probably had a little bit of a yes or a no. And if not, they did a good job picking for her. I hate saying
Yeah.
that, but honestly, a lot of pop girlies I could hear singing this song. Groups, like you said, you mentioned Britney. I mentioned Britney a couple times as well. But yeah, if we can readily make those comparisons, no insult, then I think it's a good album.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm also pleasantly surprised. I will admit, like I said, I'd heard the singles before, Sweet Dreams,
Mm,
Some Girls, and while I liked the songs,
mm,
it was never enough to compel me to dive any
mhm.
deeper.
Right.
So, and yeah, I kind of went in here with kind of low expectations, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Okay.
Um, and I'm very pleasantly surprised. Like, I saved at least half this album.
Oh wow.
Because I think they're really good pop tracks. It's a good representation of that time.
Mhm.
Yes, do I think maybe these songs would be better with some more nuanced vocal
Hmm.
production?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to give it a little bit more sass, a little bit more texture, just give me a little bit more there. I
Mhm.
think it would elevate a lot of these songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I appreciate, Rachel and kind of what they were trying to go for with this kind of colder, almost kind of, yeah, this kind of nonchalant, kind of almost robotic for certain songs kind of situation. And her representing kind of all these pop girls that try to
Ooh.
make it
Yeah.
when you look at some girls and her
Yeah.
being the one that was the breakthrough, kind of solo in S Club. Like
Yeah.
I think she did a good job. It is a shame the actual album didn't do too well, and I guess fans maybe put that down to Negotiate with Love, kind of ruining the momentum that she had at the time.
Mm.
But pop was also changing a lot at that
Yeah.
time
Mhm.
too. Um,
2005, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm here for this album. I think it's great. I get why all the 2000s British pop fans love this one and always point to it as one of the stronger bodies of work because there really isn't
Totally.
a bad song on this.
No, I can't say I sat here and was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my god." Like, I've
Right.
done that for
We
yeah.
never had a oh gosh, this song was a struggle to get through. We never had that at all throughout this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
huge.
saying that, I do give the album a 9.
Ooh, and not
It's strong.
It is strong. I was thinking of an 8.5 only because of, like, the little things that I mentioned here and there. But yeah, a 9, yeah, I think it deserves a 9. I believe you, but I'm gonna stick with my score, so I'm not too matchy-matchy. But but yeah, I think an 8.5 only because of just, like, vocal things here and there and, like, a little bit of extra push I think she could have given it here and there. Nothing crazy. Um, Production-wise, songwriting-wise, it wasn't, vapid and superficial.
Mhm.
Like, it really felt like it had depth. I appreciated
Yeah.
this album for sure. And again, it does sound like something that was released literally just this Friday. If you heard Addison Rae's album or even mostly Addison Rae's, and then who else was I listening to? But yeah, she has a summer playlist and it's a lot of the stuff that sounds just like this on this album. So it's like it's kind of timeless in a way. Unless someone wants
Mhm.
to kind of, reheat her nachos. She'd be a good person to reheat nachos for. She would,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah.
Reheat her nacho, y'all.
Okay, so fans. I don't know if there are Rachel Stevens fandom names,
Yeah.
so someone let us know. But let us know what you all think about this album. You can let us know in the comments below, or you can message us at CCTV Pops, or you could be awesome and join us and the crew on Patreon.
Yes.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for our YouTube channel. And again, if you're on a podcast platform, please give us a follow, rating, and review. Until next time, that's Chantel.
That's Chris.
And we're signing off from CCTV, the Nonstop Pop Show.
What?
You wanna